Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth and welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, look, you can see my messy boxes on my dresser. Okay, ignore that. That's Brex plants, bulbs. Anyway, so I have not given you guys an update on my plastic surgery results in a long time. So I wanted to film this video for someone who maybe comes across one of these videos or maybe the initial one, like pre-op or day of surgery, and you want to see realistic results like way out. So this video will live in that playlist, so people have all those videos in one place. So just like a refresher on myself and my journey, I'm 40 years old. In 2010 I had a weight loss surgery, which I had the lap band, which they do still do, but most people do like the sleeve and stuff now. A lot of people, a high percentage of people had adverse reactions, bands would slip, whatever. I personally, it worked out really well for me. I slowly lost weight over a long period of time. So it took me, I think, the first 5 years to lose 60 pounds. During that time, I was working on bad habits, like I cut out soda and energy drinks, added more vegetables, added exercise, did a half marathon, did a hiking challenge, did lots of different things involved in like personal growth and development, as well as like on the mental side with like counseling, therapy, guided meditations, different things like that, to really work on myself and the problems that caused me to emotionally eat or stress eat or anything else. And also learned a lot about nutrition, my body, how things work in your body. I've gone through a period of wearing a glucose monitor for 30 days to understand how my blood sugar levels work as a non-diabetic. So anyways, so grand scheme of things, 2019, I had lost 130 pounds with the lap band, which was great. I actually got down to below my lowest weight and like below my goal weight, because I am a stockier person. I'm really thick. It took me a long time to learn to accept that. That's just the way my body is built. I'm 5'5", and I carry a lot of muscle. That's been confirmed by my doctors and my surgeons and all of that. So one can look at my body and be like, girl, you still need to lose weight. Well, you know, you can just do you. You don't have to provide input on my life. But I'm pretty happy with where my body is now. Although there are still some things which I'll tell you at the end, I'll show you at the end, that I'm hoping to still work on. I do hope to have one more plastic surgery. And like, that's it. I'm not trying to be a perfectionist. I'm not trying to be obsessive. But I put my body through a lot after being overweight from the age of 8 to like 30. So, and put on a lot of weight with my second pregnancy. So I had a lot of loose skin everywhere. And now I pretty much just only do like in my top half and not in my bottom half, because getting back around to it, in March of 2024, I finally had a tummy tuck with muscle repair. And it was an extended tummy tuck, so the incisions go all the way around to my sides. And then extended thigh lift, as well as lipo on my thighs, outer thighs, hips, whatever, which has made a huge difference. So here in a minute, whenever I'm showing you my body and my scars and stuff, I'm also going to be putting some before and during pictures. And then just in case you're just brand new here in this first video you've ever seen, my post-op was a little worse than I expected. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it was worse than I expected, because I typically heal fast. I have a high pain tolerance. I'm a very active person. I'm very mentally active. So like I'm always doing things and very like busy. So I already knew the resting was going to be hard for me. So I put a lot of things in place to help cope with that, which did help. But also, because I had so much work done at once, is what my doctor said, because I had so much done at once and I had lipo, I had extensive swelling. Like I only began seeing the swelling go down at like week 7. I have several videos on the early part of the journey, like weekly updates, and then like month 2, 3, and 4, whatever, previous to this video in the playlist for this series. So I share all those details. I show all the things, if you're curious as to what that whole journey was like. But I'm one of those people who is like really has a lot of mental fortitude and a lot of positive self-talk, which took me many years to train myself into, But because of that, I just kept telling myself it's going to get easier every day. Every day it's going to get easier because you put your body through so much, and the swelling is the body's response. It's the body's healing system, healing reaction in the healing process. So it's very normal. And how long people stay swollen depends on so many things. How much work you had done. How much are you resting? How much are you putting your feet up? How much are you walking? How much are you standing? How much are you drinking? All those things. So, you know, best I can say is follow the rules your doctor tell you about resting and walking, and make sure you get in your water. And if you're like having trouble eating and stuff, or any sort of healing process, you want to make sure you're getting plenty of water and plenty of protein, because your body needs those things to like do the best it can do. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what my body looks like now. I'm 14 months post-op now. So I had been meaning to film this video at like the 12 months post-op, and just, it escaped me. We were busy. If you've been watching the channel, garden season is starting, and I did a whole renovation on a house for my mom over the winter that spanned months. So here we are. So anyways, actually I'm about to be 15 months post-op. So that's what I'll name this video, just so it feels more accurate. So one thing I want to warn with, and I always saw this mentioned in other people's videos, and they're like, oh, I'm really swollen now. And I always felt like everybody said that, and it was like an excuse to make up for them feeling like they were actually smaller. But Lord, it's the truth. Because they say that you can have swelling on and off up to 1 to 2 years after major surgery like this. And I definitely notice it. Obviously, I'm the smallest. Every human is the smallest first thing in the morning. And then you swell and you blow it throughout the day. And because my stomach is so much smaller now, I can eat a meal and 30 minutes later look in the mirror and my stomach looks totally different. So, and plus, if I'm eating something that's like not great for me, high in sodium stuff, it's going to be even worse. So that just means I'm going to preface this with it is a late afternoon. I've not eaten yet today because I do intermittent fasting, but I feel swollen. I've been running errands, so I've been sitting in the car a lot, driving long distances and stuff. So I'm swollen. It's not an excuse. I should have filmed this in the morning. It would have been more flattering for me. But either way, I'm just going to show you how it is. Okay, so I'm going to start out by pointing out the obvious right here. I showed you guys this in a video before, and this is, you see that, like, even just to the naked eye, you can see a, what is that called? A dog ear. So for the most part, it's not like super noticeable. It's right over here on the side. And obviously you would only notice that like this or in a bathing suit. So I don't care, could care less. So now my stomach, you'll have to see in the before pictures how my stomach hung down right here. And I have this little belly, but it doesn't bother me at all. Like I said, I am a little swollen right now. You can tell that by this area. My surgeon said he would fix the dog ear, but I don't care so much, and I know I'm going to have work done later, so he'll just do it later. So I'm not super concerned. But you can see I do have fat on my stomach because he literally just pulled everything down. But my main concern was the overhang, and that's gone. I do still have some skin here. I have debated when I go and have more work done to do the fleur-de-lis, where they cut you here and they pull you in this way, because you can see I could use that. But then again, that's me, like, I'm thinking, am I being too obsessive? Because for the most part, like, I love my belly button. She's cute. My scar is right here, where you can see there's like a dip there. But in general, like, get rid of all this overhang that was here, and then my stomach hung down to like here, and that's gone now. So and this is why I normally just wear things like right at my belly button. All right, so here are my legs. I obviously still have cellulite here, which honestly I think I've probably just put that on in the last little bit. I don't know. I've lost weight since my surgery. I think maybe 7 or 8 pounds. Having this line here in my leg, like I never had that before, like when my muscle is flexed. That's really nice. Anyway, so all this was lipoed and was purple from the bruising. It was very extensive. Then on the inside, so before, like, I had a lot of loose skin on the inside. You can see my scars. So I like showing you like this angle, because like this is what someone would see in public with me wearing shorts, which I actually was just wearing a minute ago. Which I'll show you after this piece. I'll show you when I'm wearing shorts, like how much someone can actually see. Like, they really can't. And again, I have cellulite, of course. I'm 40 years old. I don't care about that. I'm not a 20-year-old. I didn't look like that even when I was 20. I was fat then too. So, I do have scars. So I don't know if you can see this little, let me just show you. This little indent right here. It's where they go in and do the liposuction. So the scars here, again, they don't bother me at all. I don't care. I have a bigger scar right here because it broke open and had an open wound for a few weeks. And that's just part of it. Had a lot of work done at once. But in general, like, my thighs still touch, but like just barely. I like them. They were very like hangy and wrinkly before, and I hated that. So this is really not a flattering angle. I don't think I even showed you guys like my legs in one of the last videos. Maybe I still had bandages on them, I'm not sure. But I feel like putting the camera down makes it more noticeable. But anyways, there you go. You can see it really well there. It's lightened a lot. I did not use any scar cream on it, but I do use SPF spray when I'm going to be in the pool, outside, or like go for a walk. If I'm wearing shorts, then I'll wear the SPF spray. So you can see this angle is a little more flattering than where I had the camera before. But anyways, I do still have, you can see the scar there. I have a bigger one over here. My sister once told me I would never have that surgery done because she thinks the scars look awful. I think that's a personal preference. I don't mind. I don't mind the little bump here. Okay, now I want to discuss the only other, I say other because I would do them in combination, but there's a couple of other surgeries I would like. And one of them is my arms, because I have all this loose skin. So I would love to have an arm lift, which in effect, they do the scar down this way. So they get this loose skin here, which is just a really great supportive bra that I'm wearing. But you can see my excess skin is basically all tucked in there. So I would love to do that. And probably a breast lift. Because, I mean, if you're anyone who's lost a lot of weight, you know that, like, even if, like, I'm a double D, and, like, even if this is what's in your bra, a lot of that is loose skin. You can even see it here. So I would just like that done. If that, so there's a potential that the arm lift in itself could address issues I have on my back, which I've talked to my surgeon about. If not, they have what's called a bra line lift, where they go straight across. You can see my skin back there. How if I like push it down, it's all right here. Which if I wasn't wearing this bra, it'd be a lot more noticeable, because this is just like sucking me in and holding me. You can see I have a roll there. But anyways, yeah, they do a scar or an incision like across here, and basically just cut out like a section of the excess skin and then pull it up so it flattens out your lower back, and pull the top down. Just it gets rid of that excess skin. So if the bra lift would not, or if the arm lift would not address that, because scientifically I don't see how it could, without going further back, then yeah, then I would do that. And the way I see myself approaching that is that would be all one surgery. It would be arms, breast, and back. And then I would be done. Because like I said, with the fleur-de-lis in the middle, I feel like that's myself kind of getting vain. Wishing my stomach looked a little bit better. But in general, like the size and the flatness and everything of my stomach, I love. I'm very happy with. For me, it's great. Like you've seen, I'm thick. But like I do have nice muscles. And I would just love for this to be gone. Says every woman ever. And honestly, I hate this stuff under my arm more than this. So, but yeah, so it's taken me years, but I do finally wear sleeveless shirts and stuff in public. But I don't like my arms, but I'll do it. I didn't used to even do it. So at least I'm better about that. When I'm fully dressed, ta-da, see, just thought I'd show you like what my legs look like in clothes. Obviously the place where I have the most cellulite is right up here on my hips, but I don't mind because my hips are so much more narrow than they used to be, which you could probably see in the before picture. But these, I've been wearing these shorts out all day, and they're like linen, so they're like kind of stretched out. But I do love them, and I love that the front of my stomach is flat. So I actually wear shirts tucked in like this quite often because I'm like, look at my flat stomach. It's just so nice after like literally 19 years of carrying around a lower pooch. So that's all I can think of for the update. Let me know if you have questions about anything. I will happily answer them in the comments. If you are getting ready to start on your journey to do something like this, I'm so excited for you. It's normal to be nervous, but let the happy excitement, anticipation outweigh the worry as much as you can. Do your research, especially on the doctor. That's really the most important part, the doctor. Yeah, if you have any questions about, again, like what my pre-op was like, the pre-op process, any requirements, the day of surgery, the day after, whatever, I have other videos on that in this series, which I will link below in the description, so you can click on it and you'll have like oldest to newest, you'll have all the videos. So anyways, hope you guys have an awesome day.